Fuel is your number one expense, and it's not even close.
Fuel will make or break you. I mean, it's you'll either get fuel mileage and you'll make it, or if you can't get fuel mileage, you're not going to make it. I mean, it's just to the point of, and now that fuel's jumping up so fast right now, it's like I've already told all my guys, I was like, all right, you guys, we got to slow our roll here. I said, before we were having fun, I said, now we got to watch what we're doing here, and keep idle time down, and guys are going to have to leave a little sooner just so you can take your time and not be in such a big hurry.
Fuel efficiency is definitely one of the biggest categories from an expense standpoint, and it is 100% important that you understand fuel and how fuel affects your bottom line, because at the end of the day, the whole idea is for this to be a win-win situation. Win for the owner-operators, win for the company whom you're working with. So from an efficiency standpoint, let's just take this simple math. So drivers generally drive around 120,000 miles a year annually. So let's say you get a fuel efficiency of 6 miles to the gallon. So 6 divided by 120,000 is 20,000. Fuel right now, national average, it's like $3.14, but let's make math easy. So let's say it's $3. So 3 times 20,000 gallons is $60,000, okay? Now, let's take this. From a fuel efficiency standpoint, let's say you average an additional gallon. Now let's do the math. Now you take 7 gallons into 120,000. Not sure roughly what that is off the top of my head, but let's use the old calculator and help us out. 17,142 gallons. Take that times $3, 51,000 and change. So a $9,000 difference for 1 gallon of efficiency. Pretty incredible when you think about it, because that roughly $9,000 is maybe up to 30, 40, 50% of a guy's payment for what he's going to, truck payment. Multiply that by trucks. Yeah. So, and that's just talking 1 gallon, and that's using simple math.
So I own 3 trucks. One's a W900, and you're going to get 5 to 6 miles a gallon with that. Or my brand new T680 I just bought is getting 8 to 8.5, even higher than that on good days, no wind, flat roads. So you're looking, 5 to 8. That's $60,000 a year in your pocket, and for what? Nothing. You didn't do anything extra. Maybe slow it down. Don't be running 75 miles an hour.
The difference between going 72 mile an hour and 68 mile an hour is, in my truck and my trucks, is roughly equates to almost a mile to the gallon. Even just for round number sake, if you take 50 weeks and it's, you're talking $700 a week times 50, that's $35,000, I think, my math's right. You're talking $35,000. I mean, $35,000 ain't nothing to be sneezing at. That's why we're back to about leaving on time, leaving a little bit early so you don't have to rush, and then you're back to when you're in a hurry, it costs money.
It's the biggest expense, and if you can drop that, obviously it's the best way to make more money.
I can tell you, I have a 2016 truck that probably barely gets 7 miles to the gallon, and I have a 2020 truck and it gets 9 miles to the gallon. That's just the difference in technology from 2017 to 2020. And it's the exact same model truck with the same model engine, everything. The only thing is, one's a manual and one's an automatic, and the automatics are just that much better.
My 2015 T680, my 2021 T680, exactly the same truck. The newer one has more ground effects, more technology, is going to get you at least a half mile to the gallon better, and that's just from 2015 to 2021.
And that's cash in your pocket.
Cash in your pocket.
You take a 3,000 mile trip and you're burning 2 miles to the gallon less. I mean, that's almost a whole tank of fuel the whole time you're gone. That's what it equates to. Getting 1 free tank of fuel is 2 miles to the gallon, is 1 tank of fuel on a 3,000 mile trip. On the price of fuel right now, that's about $770.
One trip.
One trip.
We try to help our owner operators And the way in which we go about doing it is our fuel rebate program, in which we pass on 100% savings to the owner-operator.
You can get anywhere from 40 to say 60 cents a gallon discount. On my bigger tank trucks with 250 gallon tanks, I can save over $100 per fill up, which is about every other day. So you're free, $100 in your pocket because you're going with T Brothers fuel discount. The fuel efficiency in the truck is huge. 1 mile to the gallon can average you around $20,000 a year if you're putting on 150,000 miles.
If we're talking $10,000 savings on fuel rebate to the owner-operator, $10,000 savings in fuel efficiency that the owner-operator is going to gain, that's $20,000 a year that flows right to the bottom line to the owner-operator.
I mean, I'm looking at about $7,500 a week if I had 10 trucks getting that kind of fuel mileage. I mean, that's 2 truck payments, basically. Better than 2 truck payments. I mean, that's just how much fuel is, how crazy fuel mileage can help you.
You know, some people make $60,000 a year, and you can have that kind of raise in pay by slowing down, buying a proper truck, gearing it right, driving it right, getting discounts at the fuel island, you know, 50, 60 cents a gallon. You know, that's huge. You're saving $100 a fill up, you know, on say 150, 160 gallon fill up. That's $100 in your pocket.
You know, $10,000 in the scope of things is can result in many things. I mean, it could result in all new tires, right? You know, all new tires are going to roughly cost you around $4,000 or $5,000, right? So and then you have $5,000. It's great for a slush maintenance fund. Owner operators, generally speaking, are pretty tight on their cash, and good business owner operators understand that they need to have maintenance fund. Stuff breaks down, and you know, who wouldn't want an extra 10 grand to be able to throw into your truck when something goes bad? Clutch goes out, boom, right there you've got your money for your clutch.
When I first started, I didn't care about fuel mileage. Me, it was how fast I could get out, how fast I could get back, and stick the money in my pocket. I mean, that's because I was young and naive, and I didn't care. And then once I started getting more trucks, and then it was like, oh wow, now I understand what my dad kept telling me to slow down, stick the money in your pocket, quit sticking it in the fuel tank, you know.